Batteries are dying. Hello everyone. Welcome to Blessed and Beautiful. I hope that you're feeling beautiful today. All right, everybody, welcome to Blessed and Beautiful. My name is Renee, and we're going to be making bracelets today. If you are a visitor, thank you for stopping by today. You're here for a good day. We're making 3 bracelets. And if you are part of my Slady Squad, hey, how are you all doing? Come on in, have a seat, sit down on the front row. Get up close and personal. That's right, everybody sits on the front row here at Blessed and Beautiful. You guys, let's get making some bracelets. So, the first bracelet that I'm making today is, of course, inspired by this necklace that I made in my second video with the May Bargain Bead Box. Bargain Bead Box is a subscription that comes once a month, and it has all these wonderful beads. And here are the beads, well, most of them that we got for May. Yeah, I've used quite a bit with these bracelets I'm about to make. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the amount of beads that I used this time. I'm getting better. All right, so we're going to be using the beads that you see in front of you. They're from this box, and there are a couple of findings and maybe a few little spacer beads that came from my own stash, and I will let you know when we get to those. Okay, so I have in my mind planned to do 3 bracelets. Now let me tell you, I was doing this video and I stopped and restarted. So the reason why I had to do that was because this bracelet right here, which we're going to do first, was giving me the blues. It was the way that I had designed it wasn't right. And at first I was just going to keep that on the video, but it became kind of long. You know, I want you all to know that I'm a beginner and I make mistakes, and I was going to leave the mistake in, but it was just taking too long to fix the mistake, and that would have taken up more time. So you let me know if you would rather see me do one whole bracelet and leave in all the mistakes and everything, and maybe that takes longer, or if I did like this time, do more than one bracelet and kind of maybe talk about the mistakes but take them out. So you let me know what you think. So for this bracelet that we're going to start first, I had these drops here, these little dangles. I had these made, and I had them without a jump ring on them, right? And I had them in between 2 of my favorite hematite beads. I have hematite silver, gold, and rose gold that I get from one of my favorite vendors on TikTok. This is the hematite, the gold hematite right there. And so I had these without the jump ring in between the hematite, and it was just taking up too much space on the bracelet, and I didn't get to see these beautiful beads that were here. Then when I did put the jump ring on and get the beads like this, I had nothing in the middle to, you know, to close it up, because I already used all 7 of my little dangles here. Now, if you want to know how I made these, it's very simple. It's one of these head pins, right? And then let me show you really quick. This is really simple. So we got the head pin, you got a trumpet flower, right? You have a gold spacer bead. It could be anyone, but I'm using, of course, my favorite, the hematite. And then one of these green bicones, just like that. And because I used up all the space on these head pins, just roll it down and you're done. Ta-da! Close it up just like that. Straighten it up so that it's nice and straight, just like that. So I made 7 of those, and I put a jump ring on each one. Let's see, 1, 2. Okay, that goes right here. And now I'm able to use all of the rest of these beautiful beads here. Now, the other funny thing, in the last video, I was like, I never use these. Why don't I have enough? I did use them. I used them on the necklace. There's 4 of them on here. And we got a 7.5 inch strand. So it was a small strand. It wasn't, it didn't have a lot of beads on there. And so, yes, this is all of them. I have 2 left for something else, maybe some earrings. All right, so we're going to string this up here. And what I did here is, I'm starting at the, let me take that off. I made just like a little space here with the porcelain bead, because I really want this to go with the necklace. So we have one of the porcelain beads. Oh, and I have 2 bead caps. Now let me show you something you can do just in case you run out of bead caps. So this bead cap right here is the last one that matches the bead caps that I used on the necklace. So I wanted to enclose this because it's on a bracelet. I wanted to enclose both sides. So what I did was I looked in my box and I found a bead cap that's very similar. and I'm just going to use that one. So they have similar of that round shape going to it. They're both flowers, and they both have 6 petals. So because of that, they're both the same size. I could go ahead and use these, and that may be something that you might want to do if you come, you know, up short on bead caps and they don't match or something like that. Also, this one is for me, so I am not concerned that they don't match. If you think you have a customer that would want them to match, then that wouldn't be an option. But because this is for me, I was like, yeah, I'll just use these 2. I'm not even going to remember the next time I wear the bracelet. It's not like I'm going to be like, I can't wear this one because the bead caps don't match. So just letting you know that that option is there for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and string up this bracelet. This will be the first one that I'm going to make. And I'm going to use the elastic cord to do this one. And I'm going to start with the porcelain bead because I want to hide the knot in this bead. So I'm going to pull this out first and see, what direction do I want to go in? I think I'm going to go in this direction, but because I'm starting with that bead, that's where I will tie my knot and be able to hide the knot when I finish stringing. Now for my cord, my little trick is just to tie a knot there so that as I'm stringing, they don't fall off. And then when I'm ready to tie the knot, just cut that part off. It's at the end, it won't be in the way. All right, so we're going to keep going all the way around. And the other reason I had to redo these is because when I had these dangles between these berry shapes, when I had the dangles between these berry shapes, I had them on the little teeny, you know, just with the little teeny loop, and so they wouldn't swing right. And if you've heard in my past videos, if I have a dangle, I want it to swing. I don't want it to stick up in the air, you know, and to get stuck. So I try my best to make the bracelet so that the dangles will swing, if that's what they're supposed to do. If they're not supposed to swing, that's different, but these are supposed to swing. There are 7 dangles for this bracelet, and between each of those dangles is 2 of these Malaysia Jade dyed quartz beads. They're dyed in a magenta color. They're so pretty. They remind me of fruit, berries, pomegranates, something. It's making me very hungry. But that's what it reminds me of. So I hope that you all had a good weekend. I am filming this on Saturday, May 31st, the last day of the month. Can y'all believe it? It seemed like 2025 just got here and we are already hitting June. And I wanted to make sure that I filmed this because the sneak peek for the June bead box subscription is on YouTube. If you have not seen it, it is there. And I will not lie, I watched probably the first 3 minutes. I watched enough to see what the colors are and what direction Lauren was going in when she curated this box for us. So I don't know everything. I just know more or less the theme and the colors. So there will still be a lot of surprises for me when I open and organize this box. So stay tuned for that video. I love opening that box. It is so much fun. So stay tuned. That video will be coming up shortly. They already charged my account for my box like the 20th. It was early. I was like, wait a minute, we didn't even get through May yet. It was actually quite early. So hopefully that means that our boxes will come early as well. And this is so easy, and I really have enjoyed working with this box. It has been a challenge, I will say that, because it has some items that I just wasn't used to. I've never had trumpet flowers, and the colors weren't colors that I've worked with before either. The rose quartz and the lavender were so light, and I just had to really figure out how I wanted to get those colors into jewelry that I wanted to wear. So I will show you today because I used a lot of the last leftover items. So here is the bracelet, and they all swing. So cute, so cute, so cute. All right, so I know this is going to look weird, but we put the gold piece on and the other bead cap. All right, so we have that. Let me move this back a little bit. Okay. So this is 6.5 inch strand that I'm going to tie together. And do you see what I was saying about the knot not being in the way? Because it is at the end, once I finish, I slide my beads down to the middle of the string, and so this knot is all the way over here. It's not in the way at all. You can cut it off if you want. I used to cut it off, but now I don't because it's not in the way. So now we're going to tie. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, they still aren't swinging as much as I would want them to swing, but it'll loosen up. So yeah, it'll loosen up. I have to give it time to loosen up. But I tied my knot, and normally I do, sometimes I do this double up. It's called a surgeon's knot. Pull that in there. Just pull tight as you can. And this is a large hole, so I'm going to do another knot because the hole is so large it can take it. Sometimes when you have a small hole, you can only make 1 or 2 knots and then hopefully hide it enough that it won't break. So that's the bracelet. Let's try her on. Oh, she's so cute. She's a little tight. Just a little tight. But I love it. And they do swing. It's so pretty. Yay. It's a little tight. See, there's even space there. I think I'm going to have to restring this later and add another 1 or 2 beads. But this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it. You know what? I think I'm going to add maybe 2 more of the berry beads. And then I can put my other dangle. Maybe 2 more dangles on here. And that'll give me the space that I need. But they are swinging. It came out perfect. I'm glad that I redid the bracelet and put the jump rings on there because that makes them swing more. And I love this design here. And it goes, where'd my necklace go? Oh, it's probably under here. Yeah. So I'm all done, you guys. So I have this bracelet. Let's move this so we can show you before we go on to the next one. So we have the bracelet here. And I can go ahead and cut it because I already know I'm going to have to add some to it because it's a little tight for me. So I'm still learning. Like if I put this on the 6.5 inch, it still is too small. But sometimes once you pull it, these things are in the way. All right, there we go. Yeah, see, I could add some more beads because this is not even laying into the actual groove. It's actually sitting up. So this could stand 2 or 3 more beads. And I have 2 left, so that's what I'm going to have to use, and maybe a couple of spacers. But I love this. This is so cute. All right, so we have our bracelet here. We have the necklace and the earrings. And I can wear either pair of earrings. I have this pair with the flower. This came out so nice. Or I have this pair, which really matches the bracelet. And they have a trumpet dangle. So really, really cute. I love this whole set. This came out so nice. Here's another dangle here. So I know I'm definitely going to add at least 1 more, but probably 2 more. All right, so this is the next bracelet right here. It is using the rose quartz faceted beads. These are 4 millimeter. And they have a very light pink color. Some of them are actually very sheer and look like they have no color at all. And then you have some that are really milky and really pink. So there's a variety in this set of beads. And I have so many of them because they're so tiny. I think we got like an amount that's weighed, like it wasn't an actual number, but I have a lot of these left over. All right, so we have that. And then also from this box is this 2-sided butterfly bead. So you put your bead inside, and I felt like these rose quartz beads sat inside nicely to make it still look like a butterfly, but also just have that butterfly, that bead effect inside of it. I thought it was really cute. And we're going to use these green bicones. And in the spacing, I'm using these gold spacer beads that are shaped like flowers. And they are, let's see. So the butterfly wing is brass and cubic zirconia. It's lead-free and cadmium-free. And then the gold-plated flower beads here, these are 9 millimeter. They're 18 karat gold-plated. Okay, and then we have our rose quartz and our green bicones. So we're going to use, I was thinking about using, if I use this, I was thinking about using this to see if I could make these a little more pink, but they're so small. And I like to double my string, and that means they're not going to fit. So we're going to go ahead and stick with this. So we're going to use some steel gray Econoflex This is the Soft Flex. My color ones don't match. I have a blue, a copper, and a purple. So we won't be using those from my regular Soft Flex. So we're going to have to use the Econo Flex, which is still great. I don't mind using this at all. All right, so we are going to cut off way more than we need. Use my cutters here to cut. Alrighty, we have our gold bead crimp beads and the magical crimper, and we also have 2 jump rings, and we're using from this box. We're using from this box the, oh gosh, what is this? It's not even on here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so from this box, we're using this 13 by 11 millimeter 24 karat gold plated brass toggle clasp, and has this nice little detail on the circle part, and then the other part looks almost like a branch on or a twig on a tree. So that would go very well with the flowers and the butterflies. We're going to need 2 of these crimp beads, and then we're ready to get started. Is this the one that's stuck together? I would pull that one out first. Let's see if I can get it apart real quick. Hold on. Okay, I just used my cutter and just pressed just very lightly, and the 2 broke in half. So now we have 2 bead crimps already. We got the bead crimper here. We're ready to go. All right, we're going to take our Soft Flex, Econo Flex, and the ends are here where the this is small. I forgot to, oh no, I needed this because, okay. So I put this at 6 inches because I need space for the clasp. But if I need extra space, I'm just going to put extra bicones and, you know, space it out. So right now we're just using 2 bicones at the ends. And let me get my ring first. Let's do this part first. This part around the ring. Now sometimes I just make my little loop and don't have the ring in, because sometimes worrying about that ring keeps me from making a good loop. I don't know why. I'm just like focused on making sure the ring is where it belongs. Okay, that looks good. We're going to center you center this crimp bead right into the well. Press down. I think for me is making sure that it's in the center of the well, because if you come out of the well, you're smashing it flat, and we don't want it flat. We want it to be a bead. Not bad. Oh, look at that. Yay. That's my first one that looks just like a bead. Oh my gosh. Yay me. Okay, that was cool. All right, let's keep going. That was fun. I feel like I can really do this now. I know I have to keep practicing, but that was fun. All right, so we're gonna put 2 of these bicones, and then we'll clip the excess wire. That's a lot of excess wire. Let's put, oh, you know what? I don't know if it's gonna fit on there, but let's see. Which way are these flowers going? So this side should be, no, that's wrong. I want my flowers to point towards the butterfly, so this one has to go backwards. Go in by the butt. There we go. All right, so now we're going to cut off our excess wire. Should have held that. Okay, I didn't go far. All right, so now my pattern is 3 faceted beads. This hole is tiny. Yeah, this would not have stood up to 2. I was going to use the elastic string and it would not have stood up to that. Okay, I need to come down a little bit on this. Because, all right, so this wire does not fit 2 layers into these beads, so I had to cut it back some. So the wire, the end of it is inside of the flower, but it would not go through the rose quartz. It's just, rose quartz is just too small. Okay. So we're doing rose quartz, 3 bicones, and then a flower. Okay, move the bead mat out the way so that I could just lay this down and hopefully stay within the frame. Okay, so we did 2 bicones here. Why did I do 2? Maybe because I was measuring 6 inches. I might have to put an extra one on the other end though. We'll see. All right, so we're doing 3. Oh wow, this one is like extra sheer. It's very little pink. It's almost like it's just a clear bead. One thing I really like about this subscription box is that I'm getting introduced to so many different gemstones. I've seen a lot of these before, but never really owned jewelry that had as many as I have now. So I'm really liking being able to have experience with working with all these different types of gemstones. Not only that, the different sizes, knowing which ones are which, and being able to identify some of them. So cool. It's really pretty. Okay, I stopped at the green. All right, so up here what I did for the butterfly part, I have one of the rose quartz because it's a pattern of 3. So it's the rose quartz and then the first side of the wing. How do I put this on here? Like this. Because I want it to be like that. Okay. So I hope I'm using this right. Because I tried some other beads. Oh my gosh. And they were too big. They didn't really fit in this little well for the butterfly. All right, so then we're going to put 1 rose quartz in the middle. And I kind of like that. It happens to be one of the milkier ones versus the clear one. Like that. And then we're going to put the other wing on. Now this is swinging a lot. I'm just wondering if when I'm wearing it, will it lay flat? I'm guessing it will once I adjust it onto my arm. Seems like it's not doing what I thought it was going to do. Let's put the other rose quartz on to see if that kind of makes it stand up a little bit. Because right now it's drooping. Where's the hole? It's so hard to find the hole on some of these. They're so small. Okay. Okay, so that's how it will sit on my arm when I wear the bracelet. Once you put it on, you just adjust it so that the butterfly is right side up on your arm, and you may have to adjust it a couple times throughout the day. I really like the design of the butterfly. The butterfly wings are really pretty. So looking back on this box, there's so much spring items that were in this box, and it's so funny because I'm like, yeah, I'm getting ready to wear all of my stuff, and we're heading into June and it's getting ready to be summer. So I'm glad that the colors, those deep pinks and this green was brought in to make it so it wasn't completely pastel, so that you can make that transition from spring to summer and still wear your items. I mean, if it was all pastel, I would have worn them anyway. I don't care. But it does make a good transition to the next month. To the next season. I'm sorry, not the next month, the next season. So that is really pretty. And that's the design that's on the butterfly wings, just in case I didn't show that up close earlier. Okay, let's keep going. So we're going to finish up with our pattern, and then I'm going to put this around my arm to see how this looks. We want this to point at the butterflies, so we need it to go like this. And I can go up to 6.5, but that has to include the clasp. So we have our green. We put this clasp here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6. Okay, so looks like we're doing good. I'm not too much worried about the other part because this doesn't really take up that much room. But having this small circle allows you to have a little bit more bracelet. I've seen some huge some huge toggle clasps, and it's like that takes up a good inch and a half out of your design. So this small one was really nice for this bracelet. Okay, I went and found one of these clips to hold this down because every time I moved, the whole bracelet moved, and then the beads moved. Everything was just moving. So I took off 2 of the green bicones because I am already at 6 inches, almost 7, and that means that the bracelet's going to be too big. So I took 2 bicones off, and I'm also not adding anything else after the spot that I was in. So as I do this more and more, I'm learning like how many beads can be added, how to measure, you know, your design to make sure it fits within the space that I have. And because I'm so small, the amount that I see people use regularly is just too much for me, and I have to remember to scale down, scale back on design, scale back on the number of beads that I use. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I can go to the end. And the thing is, on this side I have 2 flowers, and over here I do not. So I think I'm going to put a flower after this last one is added. Put the flower right there. But here is the bracelet, and there we go. So here's the bracelet all ready, and I'm going to go ahead and put my my other jump ring and the stick or whatever you would call it. This one here. And that's why I said I don't like to put the jump ring on, especially on the second side, because I just get worried about it moving around. So I'm going to leave it off, and I'm going to put it on after I make the loop. So get all the way down to and this bracelet is so light it just moves around, so I'm going to use the clamp to hold it still so it keeps moving. Oh no, oh, we don't have any more space. I forgot that this will not fit down inside of here. It won't go down inside of the It went down inside of one. Oh, but it's not staying. Okay. So I have to really make this work because I can't go down inside of the rose quartz. I'm gonna measure this, make sure they're about the same size. Move this up just a little bit. So make sure they're centered inside of that well. Yay! We have a bead, y'all. Ta-da! Yay! And it's nice and snug, so I can clip this right at this spot. Ta-da! Okay, so now we're going to put our jump ring on to the loop, and we're going to put the post. And let's pray to God that this fits, because I've measured it 700 times. Where's the opening? Just to open, put our clasp on there, the other side of the ring on. Uh-oh. And then, whoops, not with that. All done. Now let's pray to God that it fits. There's the butterfly. It had to be one of those things I do off camera because this is going to take forever. You know, okay. You saw what I needed to do to get this bracelet on. Oh my gosh, I had to be a contortionist. But it's, oh you guys, it's so cute. It's so cute. Now, it doesn't have the complete pattern going all the way around, but that's because I just need to learn how to size down a pattern to fit me. I'm always trying to make it bigger, but I am super small. So you all see that 6-inch bracelet plus the clasp was just right. If I had put one more bead on there, it would not fit. It would be too big. So I'm going to put a dangle here. I know that one of the other content creators said if you put a dangle here, that helps to hold it. So it gives you something to hold on to while you're trying to close up your clasp. But it came out really, really nice. And I love the butterfly. It's really pretty. This is crackled crystal rondelles. The yellow ones, they are varied citrine, and it says that because it varies from a really light color to a very deep yellow. I found this one earlier and I was like, wow, that's way different. So they're varied in color, but they're all citrine. And then these right here are the crackle synthetic crackle quartz. So that means it's man-made. They're round beads and they're violet. So really, really pretty crackle there, and then the crackle for the citrine, and then the green bifocals were bifocals. Oh my gosh. The green bicones. Oh my gosh, bifocals. That's hilarious. All right, so basically what I did was I used 22 gauge beading wire, and this is from Softflex. And y'all, I don't know where the roll is. I'm glad I cut this off and put some to the side because I don't know what happened to the roll. All right, so I have this, and basically I used this to make links, and I need to make more. So I need to find a roll because I don't think this is enough. All right, well, let's not forget that we're tiny. All right, so basically I have the link with the 2 violet on the outside and the yellow on the inside, and then a link of just the bicone. And I'm using the silver links. I mean the silver jump rings to link these all together. So then no, I don't need the I won't need the print beads. We're going to be using links, jump rings. We're using jump rings. Okay, y'all, can you tell I'm tired? Okay, let's hurry up and finish because I do need to get me some sleep tonight. Okay, so basically I put the violet, a citrine, whoops, and then a violet. Very simple. You don't keep dropping it though. That part, you don't do that. That's not part of it. There we go. All right. Put this on here. There we go. All right. Bend that down. Clip it to the right size. Not too small. Sometimes it's kind of hard to hold it, but I like to have it there just to kind of give me an idea of what it's going to look like. All right, we're going to hold that. Okay, I'm going to hold this like this and hold the beads in my hand. Okay, got that down. The beads up. So I'm getting better at it. But there we go with the first part. My hook needs to be a little bit bigger for that one, but it's okay. So now we're gonna cut. I'm cutting small because I don't know where the rest is, and I might need that piece. I might need that piece. It's so weird because some days this feels so strong, like it's, you know, like it's what's the best word? Like it's stiffer. But today it feels so easy to bend, which is just so weird. Maybe because it's warm in here? Okay. Now you see why I did these off camera. This is a little bit harder to do. And I'm also looking around the camera. So that's making it a little bit harder. Okay, so there we go. Got that. I'm gonna roll this up this way. Make my hook a little bit bigger. There we go. My loop a little bigger. Which was my issue down here. I got a tiny loop. I need to make it bigger. So I'm gonna just open it a little bit, roll it back a little, and just go up. There we go. To make a bigger loop. Now, I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but that's the way I'm doing this today. Because I'm tired. Okay, there we go. So, I don't know if they can be the same way or perpendicular. I've been doing them like this, but if they're supposed to be parallel, somebody let me know. But I've been doing them perpendicular. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the green bike cones in between. And so I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, already at 6. I cannot put another link. It would be too much for me. So what I might do is put an extra small link if needed. Where did that piece go? Just gonna make a little small one really quickly. And then this is the one where you need the smaller loop. But just in case I need that extra space once I start linking them together. And we're going to just use jump rings to link them together. And I need to find a okay, so I got that link done. I'm doing a little baby one. There we go. This is so easy to bend today. Maybe I need a thicker gauge. Maybe this gauge was too small. Okay, just in case. All right, jump rings are in here. They're tiny, but I didn't want large ones. And I'm going to use the larger one for the lobster clasp. Okay. These are little needle nose pliers. I think these are called flat nose pliers. I don't know. There's some kind of pliers. And we're going to link these together. So we're just going to swing open. Come on. There we go. Swing open. Swing it closed. Well, this swing open. Okay, maybe we won't open these. Maybe we'll just open the jump rings. Just opening this loosened it up and opened up my loop. Okay. I messed that one up, but it will be fine. Okay, we're gonna open up these instead, and they're tiny but strong. This is the same brand of the gold ones that I said are really strong, so I can't really do these by hand. I mean, I could, but I'd mess up my nails. Is that the... oh yeah, it is. Okay, so we're gonna put this on, and we're gonna put on this. Swing it closed. Get the next one. I don't know, I kind of feel like I should have used larger ones because these are tiny. So I'm going to take this one off, put the clasp on, and then put my rings on the other side. This way, if it is a little short, I can just add a ring, where if it's too long, it's just too big and that's it. So let's not do that. I want to take that off. We just want to take this off, put the clasp on. And I was like really debating about these tiny jump rings, but because I'm so small, if I had used bigger jump rings, then you would have just seen jump rings and a few links and that's it. So to get more bracelet, I used smaller rings. There's also a way of where you could just click the links to each other, but I wasn't feeling comfortable swinging open my links. I was just glad that I made them, so I decided to use the jump rings instead. But there's the bracelet, and I'm trying to show you. Well, I can't show you, but we're at 6 inches here. So we're gonna put a couple of links on the other side. So just in case it's too short, there's another link. Are these the smallest ones? No. Yes. And put that on. And I want the larger ring for the clasp, because who wants to spend 17 minutes trying to lobster clasp a tiny teeny ring? Not me. So here's the bracelet. Not anything special. I don't have like any, like, I didn't put anything on here, like some kind of pendant or anything. But let's try putting it on first. Let's do that. And let's add a Look at the X. Okay, here we are. It's a bracelet. It's nothing special about it. I do like the colors. I probably would use this as like a stacking bracelet to stack with other ones. Like for example, oh, I could wear these two together. Okay, because I like to stack my bracelets. So that would be good to stack these two together. It still has the same colors. So yeah, this one would be definitely a good one to stack with. All right, and then where's the other bracelet? Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, and then here's the other one. So those are the 3 bracelets. I really like how each one of these came out. They all are really nice. These two have little focals on them, but this one can just be one to stack with. And usually you would have maybe one bracelet with a focal on it and the other ones are just there to decorate. So it worked out. Actually, it worked out well. So that's it, you guys. That's the last video for the May 2025 bargain bead box. I did it, you guys. I did it. So let's look at what else we made this month with this box. We didn't make you, so let go. Let go. Don't be mad. We made this beautiful necklace, and we also made a necklace for my mom, but of course she has that one, and she's already worn it and she loves it. We made these earrings. So we have our green set here. And then we have the flower ones. And where's the other ones? There's ones that were made with the pink flowers. Oh, I wore them. Wait a minute, let me go get them. Oh my goodness. Here they are. So we made these. So we made 2 necklaces, 3 pairs of earrings, and 3 bracelets. Awesome. I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. I hope that you all have learned some things, maybe picked up some tips for all you beginners who are out there like me. And I hope that you, if you had this box, then maybe I inspired you to create a bracelet, a necklace, or some earrings. And I hope that we can continue to inspire one another. Put some comments down in the comment section below. Let me know if you also made some different jewelry items using the bargain bead box, and let me know if you're excited about next month's box and if you peaked. I peaked. I'm gonna just tell you, I peaked. So if you peaked along with me, let us know down in the comment section below. I look forward to hearing from you all. And thank you so much for all the encouragement and everything. People are saying they love my designs. I appreciate you. And for all of our new subscribers, thank you so much. I hope that there's a lot of other beading community friends that are out there. So you all know what we say around here, whether it's day or evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope that is good. Don't forget to pray because we really need it. And then don't forget to slay. Did we slay, y'all? Did we slay? All right, everybody. Bye.